Have you ever just thought, man, I wish there was a personal math tutor who could be there whenever my kid needs them, somebody who gets how they learn best and can make math actually fun? That's the whole idea behind these new AI tutors like StarSpark AI, and we're going to really break down what that looks like in practice.
Yeah, a lot of the buzz around this right now is that shift toward really personalized learning. We're not talking about like those old computer programs that just got a little harder if you did well. This is about crafting a whole experience based on what your child needs.
And it's serious technology
Oh,
powering it too,
yeah.
right? StarSpark AI, the founders, they come from Google, Meta, Microsoft, Amazon. We're talking big players with a ton of experience in AI.
Oh, for sure. That gives them credibility. They're combining all that cutting edge AI stuff with what we know about how the brain learns best. And that's crucial to making these tools actually work for kids.
So how does this personalized learning actually work? Does StarSpark give each kid a test or something and then build a plan just for them?
That's exactly it. It figures out their strengths, their weaknesses, and then creates a learning path that's unique to them. Imagine your kid getting content that's specifically made for their pace, their style, and what they need to work on. And this isn't just some theory, it's really based on the latest research on how kids learn most effectively.
How do they make sure kids are actually engaged? Is it all just like screens and equations?
Not at all. StarSpark has this really unique multimodal approach. Kids can type, they can speak, they can even write out their work by hand. They can even take pictures of problems if they're stuck and upload those. It becomes much more interactive and personalized. And that's great for kids who learn in different ways. It makes math less intimidating, especially if they've struggled in the past.
Makes sense. But okay, let's be honest.
Mm.
Sometimes we just need the right answer, especially when homework's due.
They don't just give you the answer, they walk students through the whole problem solving process, step by step. It's about understanding why the math works the way it does.
So it's almost like having a tutor right there with them, talking them through each step.
And that leads to a much deeper level of understanding, right? Which is what we want for our kids. Not just passing a test, but really building a solid foundation in math. Yeah.
But I bet some parents out there are thinking, okay, sounds great, but is AI really ready to teach my kid math? And let's be real, technology can be glitchy sometimes. How do we know the AI is even getting the math right?
Those are totally valid concerns, and StarSpark is very upfront about addressing them. They use really advanced tech that combines AI's ability to have conversations with incredibly accurate algorithms that are specifically designed for math. It's like a double check system to make sure the answers are always spot on.
And they're honest about any limitations. If the AI runs into a problem, it can't solve you.
They're very transparent about that. It's not like they're pretending the AI can do everything, which I think actually builds trust. But a key point here is that StarSpark isn't meant to replace teachers completely.
So whether we're homeschooling or just looking for some extra support, it's more like a superpowered helper, not a replacement for us as parents or their teachers.
Precisely. And they've also built in ways for parents to stay involved. So it's not like you're handing your child over to some computer program and that's it.
Tell me more about how parents can be involved with StarSpark. What kind of tools do they have?
One of the coolest things is you get this weekly dashboard. It shows you exactly how your child is doing.
Yeah.
You can see what they're working on, how well they're getting different concepts.
Oh, so it's like you're actually seeing their learning process, which can be hard with just regular homework sometimes.
StarSpark will even send you like little nudges during the week if it looks like your child is struggling with something.
It means we can jump in and give them support right when they need it most. But I'm still curious about how all this actually works, like in a real situation. Can you walk us through like a typical example of how a kid might interact with this AI tutor?
Sure. Let's say your child is working on fractions, which can be tricky for a lot of kids, right? Instead of just giving them a ton of problems to solve, the StarSpark AI tutor, it starts by actually having a conversation. You might ask, what do you already know about fractions? Or what part of this is confusing you?
So it's really trying to figure out where the child is getting stuck, not just assuming that every kid learns the same way.
And this is where the whole AI thing gets really interesting. They use something called Gen AI, which is amazing at natural conversation. And they combine that with these super powerful algorithms that are built for math.
So it's like having a friendly tutor who's also a math whiz.
That's a great way to put it. The Gen AI makes it feel personal and engaging, while those math algorithms make sure everything's accurate and there aren't any mistakes.
And you mentioned how StarSpark works with different learning styles too. So it's not just about typing in answers, right? Kids can interact in all sorts of ways.
Yeah, totally. They can speak their answers, they can write out their work on paper, they can even upload a photo of a problem from their textbook if they want. That makes it a lot easier for kids who learn better by doing things hands-on or seeing things visually.
It's like they're bringing their own way of doing math to the AI tutor. instead of having to change how they learn to fit some program.
The tech is changing so fast, and we're just scratching the surface of what it can do.
So what would you say to parents who are listening to this and thinking, okay, this sounds amazing, but where do I even begin?
I'd say the first step is just be open to the possibilities. Don't be afraid to explore what's out there. More and more parents are seeing how AI can help their kids learn.
So even if you're not ready to dive in head first, just start exploring, right? Learn about the different platforms and keep an open mind.
The world of education is changing, and AI is a big part of that. By being open to these new possibilities, we can help our kids become lifelong learners, kids who are adaptable, creative, and ready to thrive in a world that's increasingly shaped by technology.
That's a fantastic point to end on. Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive into AI tutoring. We hope you found it informative and maybe even a little inspiring. Remember, the future of education is full of possibilities, and it's up to all of us to explore those possibilities.